Hey everyone, welcome to Power on the Move, the series where we catch up with the people taking clean power on the road and proving you don't always need gas or noise to get the job done. I'm Pascal Gelrich. Joining me today is Griffin O'Toole, a Nova Scotia gaffer and filmmaker who just wrapped a project for Divert Nova Scotia, all about thrifting and the environmental impact of fast fashion. Here's a kicker. They didn't just showcase sustainability, they powered the entire shoot with clean energy. Griffin, welcome. It's so good to have you here. For people who don't know you yet, who is Griffin O'Toole and how do you end up behind the lights and lenses of film sets across Nova Scotia?
Hey, Pascal. Thanks for having me. I'm Griffin O'Toole. I'm a director who primarily works in music videos and commercials. I grew up in Dartmouth and got into photography during COVID as a hobby and just ended up here doing music videos for friends. So, yeah.
It's nice to get a snapshot of what you're up to. It sounds like you've been behind a ton of sets, music videos, and commercials. But this one had a different heartbeat. You're telling a story about conscious consumption, thrifting and the textile industry's impact. And you wanted to make the production itself part of that story. Take me back to that moment. When did you decide, we're not just going to talk about sustainability, we're going to live it?
Yeah, it's just like it's never been more important, I guess, to like consume and produce consciously. And like I think everyone needs to be aware of the impact that they have on the environment. So with that kind of being what we wanted to talk about in the piece as well, I think it was just like really important to, power the shoot sustainably as well and like deliver the message and also, produce it with that message. So it was really like critical for me, I guess, to align the values of the video's message with our actual production. So clean energy was a must for us.
That's amazing. I love that. You could have just done a regular shoot, plugged in where you could, called it a day. Instead, you're like, let's power the thing with clean power. That's such a filmmaker move, solve a problem and make a statement at the same time. What was the setup like on the day? You're filming in a live retail space, customers coming in and going out, limited outlets, time's ticking. Paint the picture for us.
Yeah, so we were working in an open store with limited outlets and people were walking around all the time. It wasn't really feasible for us to run like long power cables throughout the store.
Mm-hmm.
It would introduce like, tripping hazards and it would just increase the things that we have to move when we move to each location throughout the store. So the easy solution for us was just to use the Instagrid GO. I was really impressed by it. To be truthful, I was like a little skeptical of it. I was nervous, like it was my first time using it, and I was kind of expecting the power of like a can't remember like a Bluey or something, and yeah, it lasted all day. We were reserving it by turning it off between the actual shooting, but like, yeah, it powered the F22C all day, and I was really impressed by that, and I think it's, like, really reliable for how small it is.
Great to hear it. Most people still think portable means limited, but you're proving otherwise. Was there a moment during the shoot where you were like, okay, this is the future, I'm not going back to wall plugs, where it became a bit of a game changer moment for you?
Yeah, if we didn't have the Instagrid GO, we would have had to run, like, 50-foot cables all over the store. We would have had to tape that all down and, put signs out for customers to not trip and have people keeping an eye on all of that. So that alone saved us a lot of time on the day and really made our tight shoot schedule possible. And then, yeah, just emissions wise, we couldn't have a gas generator in the store. So even if we wanted to use a gas generator, it would have had to been outside of the store. And then again, we're still facing the issue with long cords and trying to move that every time that we change a location in the store. And it also felt great to know that the power we were using for the production was like clean, renewable energy. not plugged into the grid and
Hmm.
yeah.
No, that's such a full circle moment, isn't it? Especially with the Divert Nova Scotia video that you're making. You're literally making a film about sustainability powered by clean energy. You can't plan a better narrative than that, and I think that'll probably come out as well. Um, if another filmmaker came up to you and said, "Be honest, can clean power really hang on a set?" What's your one-liner back?
There's so many positives to powering your production with sustainable energy. And I just don't think there's any real reason to not make the switch and be conscious of the footprint that you have. And in a more intense answer, I guess I would say, like, if you aren't thinking of the environmental impact your production has, then I don't think you should be in charge.
Amazing. Love to hear that. That's what we're here for, showing that clean power isn't a compromise, it's an upgrade. Obviously, it takes a lot of convincing and behavioral change, but you're on the leading edge of this, especially younger producers and younger film crew. Um, we're seeing more and more productions from outside the province looking to shoot here, and Nova Scotia crews have a reputation for being scrappy and inventive. From your perspective, how do tools like the Instagrid GO help local teams work at the same level as bigger productions, or even attract projects from beyond the province? Like, is that a big draw, do you think?
For drawing big productions to Nova Scotia, I think it's a really big game changer because there's so much on location shooting in Nova Scotia, and that's kind of like our biggest draw is our locations. So the fact that productions can do these and reliably work with clean energy that's silent, I think is like going to be a really big part of Nova Scotia's film industry growing more. And I think there's like a reason why like the biggest gaffers in the industry are using full stacks right now. Like, the new Paul Thomas Anderson movie, One Battle After Another, was used like they used only Volstacks for their on
Right.
locations.
Yeah,
So I think it's a great, testament to that. Yeah.
for sure. And I think the more it's showcased around here, the more people get it. And I think there's a groundswell of producers moving to it, and the more people see it normalized, it's like, yeah, of course, why wouldn't we use that? It's a double benefit, right? With the no noise, no emissions. So that's a big bonus. Um, yeah, no, that's exciting. So, Griffin, what's next for you? What kind of projects or ideas are you chasing after this one?
Hopefully more commercial and narrative projects. Just like writing some stuff right now. So yeah, but any production in the future for me that I have a say in will be using sustainable energy because I really liked it.
That's
That's
exciting.
very
We'll definitely be watching what you do next. And yeah, that's what it's all about. Real people finding better ways to power what matters to them. Griffin, thanks for joining me and sharing your story.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me, Pascal.
If you want to learn more about clean, silent, and portable power for your next shoot, check us out at starpoweratlantic.ca. I'm Pascal Gelrich, and this has been Power on the Move. Until next time, keep it clean, keep it moving.